You ever have something going on and you wonder, is it allergies or is it a cold? Optum Care Lung and Allergy Care, the sponsor of this segment, wants to help you determine what your symptoms mean. Rocky spoke with a doctor to learn more.
Now, many of us have the question, is it allergies or is it a cold? Can you help us out with that?
Sure. Very common question and very timely.
Right.
A cold, usually you feel sick. There's a defined period of time. You feel sick, you get stuffy, don't feel good. Sometimes you have a fever, and then you get better traditionally in 1 to 2 weeks. When you have allergy-like problems, it's usually there is a pattern. Okay, You're not sick, but you're bothered by some symptoms, stuffy, itchy, sneezy, runny. And it's usually there's a pattern of sometimes in the year or when you're around certain things. So that's the biggest difference between thinking that you may have allergies versus a cold.
Okay, and some of this would be called non-allergic rhinitis, right?
Correct, because not everything is allergies.
Correct.
So if you have stuffy, itchy, sneezy, runny, draining at the back of the throat, a lot of people will think automatically, I must be allergic to something. In reality, it's not all allergies. And a substantial amount of the symptoms that you feel is due to things other than allergies.
Okay, so then let's talk about some examples of those symptoms so people understand what's happening.
Sure. Most of these symptoms are, when it's non-allergic, usually there are two primary symptoms. You're stuffy and you have drainage at the back of your throat. You're always clearing your throat. If it's allergies, usually there's accompanying sneezing, itchy, runny nose, or watery, itchy eyes. And there is certain patterns to the times of the year. And if you don't have allergies, it's usually all year round. And what you hear is the things that trigger me are things like changes in the weather, various scents and odors, potpourri, candles, perfumes, smoke. These are examples of things that are not allergies. There's the top 3 things that are not allergic. From the bottom is bad reflux. Not a lot of people know that reflux or heartburn, the acid, can cause drainage and stuffiness. The second thing is if there's something wrong with your nose. If there's a deviated septum, if there's a blockage, for children, big tonsils and adenoids that back up the phlegm. And then the number one thing, other than allergies, that causes the symptoms is what we call vasomotor rhinitis. Now, what's that fancy medical term mean? Instead of allergens, like cat, dog, pollen, it's irritants.
So let's talk about diagnosis and how to treat rhinitis.
Correct. So let's say you have a history that you don't know if you have allergies or not, okay? The most important thing is to test. And there are 2 kinds of testing. There is the blood testing, and then there is the skin testing. And by far, the more reliable test is the skin test.
We want to thank Optum Care Lung and Allergy Care for sponsoring this segment. They have locations across southern Nevada. If you want more information, you can call that phone number 702-724-8844 or visit optumcare.com/inthelung.